Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
And lift off on another Tarot Today Live. I'm Dax Carlisle, coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona. And joining me is the fabulous Mary Brown. Hey, Mary. Happy
Hey,
Psychic
Dax.
Saturday.
Happy Psychic Saturday. Hey, everybody. This is exciting. Another Saturday.
Yes. And actually, it's been a little while since we did a simulcast. So if you're listening on Blog Talk Radio, we are live on YouTube. If you want to see us, yeah, you can come over to YouTube. That's right. You know, and if you're called into the show, in fact, the caller lines are lighting up like a Christmas tree, which is apropos because it's, oh my God, almost Christmas. This is crazy. Christmas. Oh my God. That's all I've been doing is decorating for a week. Anyway, you can actually come over to YouTube and just, hang on the phone line there, but open a new tab in your browser and just type in tarottoday.live. That's an actual URL. It'll take you right over to YouTube. And if you're already on YouTube, just search Tarot Today Live. It's a little bit harder to find it that way. But just type in your browser, tarottoday.live. It'll take you right to the page. You'll see the current live. Click on that. You can jump in the chat with us there. And there's people already in the chat here. Let's see. We got Sharona in there. Hi, Sharona. And Crit's in there. Yeah, come join us in the chat room. That's the chat room for our lives, and we are simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio. So if you are watching us on YouTube and you want to call in and talk to Mary and I, Mary, how do they do that?
They need a phone, first of all. and then they dial the number, which is 714-816-4628. And they need to make sure that they press the number 1 on their dial pad because it raises their skinny little arm up in the air. And we know that they want to talk to us. And so there you go. That's
right. So if you're watching the video stream, the phone number is right up here in the scroll. There you go. So give us a call. We'd love to chat with you. But you can also, you can ask for a mini reading in the chat. If you just want something general, just pop in there. Please pull a card for me. And if they have a specific question, Mary,
then they need to type in the specific question. You don't have to type in things like, can I have a reading? Are you doing readings? Can I ask a question? We don't need all of that because it's hard to keep up with all the stuff going on in the chat. So just type in your question and we'll see it and pull some cards on it.
And please don't spam the chat. You only have to put your question in once and I scroll back and I go through. And if you keep spamming in there, it gets all confusing, who is in what order. So, the other thing you can do is when you call in or when you're talking to us in the chat, you can ask about other things too. Like you can ask about, anything related to tarot in general, numerology. We have a lot of other topics that Mary and I cover, such as Reiki, crystals, chakras, hypnosis, NLP, EFT. You can ask us about the Tarot Guild. We are the official broadcast of the Tarot Guild, thetarotguild.com. You can ask us about professional tarot reader certification, my Tarot by the Numbers course, becoming a professional reader, anything along those lines. So it doesn't just have to be a, personal reading question, right, Mary?
This is true. We like the other kind of questions too.
We like
I don't mind doing readings, but it's kind of fun to talk about these other topics.
Absolutely. And so every day we do our, numerology of the day and cards of the day. Oh, this is another one of those interesting dates. And I think we've had it multiple times now during this, this month. And I think back in November as well, where the day is the 10th. So that reduces to 1 in numerology, but the entire date also reduces to 1. 12th month, that's a 3 plus the 1 is 4. And the world year number 2022, we're about to be 2023. 2022 is 6. So that's 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So it's a 1 date and a 1 day, perfect for new beginnings, anything new you want to start today. But also, I got the Hermit card.
Oh my goodness. Tell us all about that. How does that work?
It's a 9. It's a 9 card, and 9 is endings. So we got beginnings and endings going on today. And you see the Hermit is shining his light here. You know, as soon as I got this card and was looking at the numerology, I was like, you know, that's perfect for what I've been doing for a week now, and finishing up literally today is the Christmas decorations. And what are we doing but putting lights out and shining the light, right? And what I'd like you to think about is, because this is what I did, is, you know, I went through all these boxes and boxes of stuff we've had for the past, I don't know, 10 years, 20 years, you know, and we had strands of lights that were all battery operated. And I was tired of buying a gazillion batteries. So this year, you know, in alignment with that one energy, I bought all new plug-in lights, got rid of the old battery lights, got rid of a lot of other old stuff. And so this is a great day for stuff like that, you know, and it's Saturday too. So this is a great day to literally and figuratively go through the closets, you know, throw out that stuff that hasn't been serving you, that you're not going to ever touch again. Decorations that you've had for 25 years that are getting, you know, in disrepair, let's say. Just toss that stuff out and, you know, pop on Amazon and get some new stuff. Get some new stuff. Yeah. But yeah, anything along those lines. And it's a great day to start a new project. Maybe you are only getting around to starting your Christmas decorating project today. Anything along those lines. What about you, Mary? What'd you get for your card of the day?
Well, I drew a card from the Tiger Wisdom Oracle cards by Jane Corbett, Tiger Wisdom. And the card that I got are tiger ears. Tiger ears. So what can we ascertain from thinking about tiger ears in an oracular way? Oracular. I don't know if I could say that, but I said that.
Well, we just invented the word then.
Right? Oracular, spectacular. You know, it's kind of interesting. Tiger ears, you know, when we look at animal symbolism, a lot of times we look at like their behavior and, you know, the physical attributes and stuff in order to get what the message is. And that's what this deck does so well, is kind of break it down into all those things. Tiger ears, a couple of things to think about is they rotate. These are my tiger ears rotating, right? So
gotcha.
The message from that, right, is that their ears rotating allow them to hear like all the sounds of the forest, right? So they don't have to take their eye off the prey. So that's one thing to think about, not taking your eyes off your goal, off the prize, off whatever that means for you. What is your prey? What are you on the hunt for? You know? And another thing about tiger ears that might really connect with a lot of people is the idea that they have these white spots on the back of them, which enable tiger cubs to, you know, follow the parents, follow the mother, you know, because those white spots stand out. And so it reminds us about following our own path. And when the tiger ear card comes up, it's a good time to kind of, you know, get quiet, maybe like the hermit card that you got, and kind of really examine the path that we're on. You know, are we going where we want to go? Are we on the right path? A lot of times, you know, that's a question that people, you know, ask us for a reading on, whether they're on the right path or not. But, you know, the number one person that can really make that determination is going to be you, the person on that path. You know, are things going the way you want them to? Does it feel right? So all those things are good to take a look at today.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm just busy typing away here in the chat room and chatting with everybody.
What's
Sharon,
going
by the way.
on?
Oh, Sharon, she's so nice. She actually popped in there. Hey, the Tarot by the Numbers course is awesome. It's like, well, thank you. Or I think she said
That's
excellent.
sweet.
So I asked her in the chat, what do you like most? Or what are some things you like about the course in particular? And let's see if Sharon lets us know anything. She also wants us to pull a card for 2023.
Ooh.
And we've got some other questions. Crit's got a question in there. V's got a question. Don't worry, everybody. We're going to get to your questions. Hang in there. We got a career reading from Smriti. I'm going to butcher these names. Anyway, there we go. So yeah, lots of cool stuff coming up in the chat. We're going to check out, and the phone lines as well. Did you pull a card for 2023 for
Sharon?
For Sharon, yeah.
I was shuffling and two cards flew out of my deck.
Wow, cool.
So those must be for Sharon. One is the 10 of Pentacles. So 2023, there might be a focus on getting rich or, family, legacy, that sense of, it could even be like career, since it's a 10, are you content? I feel like, the 10 of Pentacles, especially, and the 10 of Cups, in its own way, those are both cards that to me speak to the sense of contentment. So when it comes up, I always feel like it's a good time to sort of check in with yourself of like, do I feel content? Is this all there is?
Is
I
this
want more?
all there is? I know.
Do I want something else? And the other card that came up is the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like, again, when the Queen comes up, is like, just pulling a card for somebody, for the year or whatever, it's saying like, maybe that's the year to embody those attributes that we associate with the Queen of Pentacles. Now, for Dax, often he calls it the mom card because it reminds him of that. But to me, the Queen of Pentacles is often that time to be practical, that time to kind of make sure that, we've everything's in the right order. Everything is solid. Everything's grounded. We're centered, those kind of things. So that might be some themes that come up for you in 2022. But let's see what Dax got. What did you get?
Yeah. And 2023, you said 2022. Oh
I
my gosh,
meant 2023.
I'm setting up the lives and a few other things for that are the dates are in 2023, and oh my gosh, I have to force myself to remember to put 2023, not 2022, in all the URLs and the names of files and all kinds of, oh my gosh, it's like every year that this happens, when we go into the new year, I struggle for like the first couple of weeks or so. So what I got was perfectly in alignment with what you got, Mary. And first of all, a little thing, the Three of Swords. Dun, 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 dun. So now, a lot of people don't like to get the Three of Swords. In the Waite Smith version, it's a heart pierced with three swords. And this may be how you're ending 2023. I don't know, Sharon, how's things going, right? But remember, again, swords, thoughts, and ideas. We got a bunch of conflicting ideas and thoughts. But also remember the three energy. Three is creativity and communication. Okay. So as you go into 2023, which ends in a 3, then I get the Four of Pentacles. And that's in alignment, I think, with what you were getting with the Queen of Pentacles, Mary. So what I see is going on here is, and you were talking about practicality, and things like that, being practical. And see, this is what I'm seeing with these two cards is that, Sharon, your best bet going into 2023 is to narrow down those thoughts and ideas to a single sword, one thought or idea, and just go all out on that one thing. And it's going to be about this. It's going to be about business. Got the merchant on here. It's going to be about acquiring abundance. You see his chest of gold, his chest of pentacles or coins right there. Yeah. So that's the message I'm getting for you, Sharon. I hope that helps you out. And
Cool.
so before we take anything more from the chat on YouTube, and remember, folks, tarottoday.live, that URL will take you right over there and you can join us in the chat. We're going to check some of the phone numbers here and take some phone calls. So it's 714-816-4628. Call in, get in the queue now because it's really starting to fill up. 714-816-4628. All right. So who's been waiting the longest? It looks like area code 330. We're going to check in with some of the folks out there and see what they are, what's on their mind and what they want to chat about. Are you there, caller 330? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Leslie from Holly Springs, Mississippi.
Hey, Leslie.
Hi.
Yeah, it's been a while.
How you
How are
been?
you?
I've been great. It's raining right now hard here in Mississippi.
Mississippi with the rain.
Yeah.
We've been
I've
getting
in
that a lot in
Mississippi when it's
Tucson
raining.
too. Heavy rains. It's
Yeah.
dry now though.
Yeah, and we're just, because the semester is ended, and I've been in my job now here at the small college here for 8 months, and I recently did a self-evaluation, and I asked that I would like to return for the next academic year in 2023, 2024. And I have a pretty good feeling that I'm going to have my contract due to sign a new contract. And I feel that I've been respected by my coworkers and other leaders saying that I'm a good fit to continue on. And
That's
what do you
awesome.
see coming from that review from my supervisors and administrators?
Should I go first? I think I will. I think I'm doing it. I'm just going first. So what do we see coming from that review? Look, the Page of Swords. So they're going to want to, talk to you about it, obviously. But I think it looks good. The Page of Pentacles comes up as well. So it's kind of interesting because we're talking about continuation. So to me, like one page following then another page, and then we have the Judgment card and the Eight of Wands. I mean, I don't see any problem with this. I feel like you're just gonna like keep going. But let's see what Dax is getting. My kids turn off my camera.
I got the Two Cups, and I feel that there's good relationships within her work there. And I got one of the celebration cards, the Four of Wands, and Wands is that fire energy, passion, tends to be information coming in around career, and this looks really, really good. 4 is also the number of structure and numerology. So, it's a great foundation for you. I did get the 7 of Cups, and that's the only one that I wonder about is the 7 of Cups, because that's usually talking about either too many choices or emotionally all over the place, or the other thing is for me anyway, it's like a fantasy. Okay, looking at it less about the reality of it and more about the fantasy of it. So I'm not sure even why that's showing up, but I thought I'd throw it out there for you, Leslie. But in general, it looks like really, really good. So just keep your eye on that.
Yeah, I know
Hope that
because I'm a
helped you
guy
out.
who has been working hard. Yeah, I'm a guy who's been working hard, meeting with students, doing everything that is asked of me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do get a contract, I'll get like a small raise.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Awesome.
Well,
That
thanks.
sounds
Enjoy
good.
the rest of your weekend, Leslie. And
Thanks for
we're going to
calling.
move on. Yeah, thanks for calling. We're going to move on to another call. By the way, if you're getting anything out of these lives, maybe you got a reading from us or asked a question or something along those lines, and you want to send Mary and I a cup of coffee, go over to coffee.tarottoday.live. That URL will take you right over where you can put in any amount. And a few people have bought us coffee recently. I know Rosie did. And wait, who was it? Gosh, I forgot who was the other one, Mary. That was just the other day too.
I don't know, but it was really cool.
Yeah, thanks so much for that. We appreciate it.
I'm using
So there
the
you go.
pre-Raphaelite tarot today from Los Scarabeo. I don't know if you can see that back design. It's like one of my favorite back designs.
Oh yeah,
It's just gorgeous.
really nice, really nice. Also, you know, on these shows, of course, we can only spend a few minutes with you, but you can book a reading, an actual private session with Mary and I both. You get both of us. You know, two heads are better than one. Two readers are better than one. Go over to tagteam.tarottoday.live and you can book that session. We can spend a lot more time with you and go into all the questions and areas you want to look into. And Mary's going to do a chakra reading, and I'm going to do your numerology. We'll use oracle cards, tarot cards, the whole gambit. So there you go.
All the stuff.
And yeah, all of, wait, I can't wait. It's over this way. You know, I never know which way the camera is facing. Awesome. Let's see who's been waiting the longest. Let's see. It looks like, wow, a lot of 860s. A lot of 860s. Okay, so caller, you're live on
Hello?
air. What is your name? Yeah, where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Amla.
Hi.
Amala?
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Good.
Where
How
are you calling in
doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So my birthday's coming up this Friday. And
Oh, cool.
Happy
I
birthday.
was just wondering. Oh, thank you. So I just was wondering if you see me with a partnership, like a committed one. There was somebody I was interested in, but I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I think I'm just kind of letting it go with that person. So I don't know, whatever you got in the cards.
If we see
Sure,
somebody
sure.
coming in.
So yeah,
Dax,
right
it's
off
your
the top,
turn.
Wheel of
Yeah.
Fortune. Things are turning in your favor. Things are turning in your favor.
Okay.
Now I got a card on that guy that you were letting go of, and I think it's a good thing because I got, you know, the Two of Coins, and there's something about a financial balancing act there. It could also be talking about balancing anything material, including your time or his time. And
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
So I think you're dead straight on. But now are things going to go in the direction that you're wanting them to go in? I got the Empress card. Literally, and there's a tree that has in the tree is a lady, and she's holding a baby. The Empress card is one of those cards that refers sometimes to giving birth, and you know, it doesn't have to be just starting a family. It could be giving birth to anything, any thought or idea. 3 is the number of creativity and communication. But yes, I think this is a good indicator that is exactly where you're heading. Let's see what Mary's getting though. Mary, what are you getting?
What am I getting? Okay, so what about a committed relationship coming in? It's interesting. Well, the first thing that comes up in the present energy is the Three of Swords. So I do feel like it's referring to that guy that, it's just not making it happen. Right. That is a good thing.
Yeah.
And then after that, we get the Four of Swords. So it might be, that is a card of like recuperation sometimes. So maybe you need to just kind of, forget about it, what you just went through with Mr. Back and Forth and not quite happening. Forget about that, because then we've got some fresh energy coming in. We've got the King of Swords coming in. And so that can represent somebody, one, who's intelligent. That helps. You don't want someone who's not intelligent, right? You don't want somebody, a dummy, right? And the other thing about that is also, it can't be somebody that is also going to kind of be very, he could be intellectual. It could be somebody who has a career where, he's got to be smart. Could be a doctor as well with the swords energy. We look at things like that,
surgeon.
But it'd be great, right? Nice.
Do you have a sense,
nice
Mary?
surgeon.
Do you have a sense, Mary, when this is coming? Do you have a sense when this might be coming in the sky?
I feel like we're talking within the next 4 months. The next 4 months, and then also we end with the Lover's card. So that's
you can't get better than that,
right? You want to end with the Lover's card after that. So yeah, I feel like within the next 4 months. I don't think it's going to take longer than that for you to get this going.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, I hope that helped you out.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for calling.
That's really beautiful. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy
well,
New
hopefully
Year.
you'll call
Merry
in
Christmas.
before the end of the year. That would be nice. Enjoy the rest of your weekend there. So I want to.
We should. One thing I wanted to say, since she said Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, is we should let people know we're actually going to be on. We're doing a live on Christmas Eve.
And New Year's Eve.
Exciting. And New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Usually we actually, in past years, we over the last 13 years, we've taken off, the holidays. And this year we're just sticking around. We did take a break last Saturday, and now we're going to be here all the way into 2023. Yeah, we're going to do personal years. I always do a show where we do some personal year numbers and stuff like that in the beginning of the year, and we'll look at things like setting intentions. I don't like saying New Year's resolutions anymore. I say setting intentions in the beginning of the year. And looking at that, the world year number, we're going into a 7-year, a magical and spiritual year. So we'll talk all about that in upcoming shows. I'm going to go back over to the chat, Mary, and see what questions we have coming in before we take another phone call. For those of you that are on the phone lines, if you haven't, I just noticed, Mary, some people haven't pressed the number 1. Now, if you've dialed in and you forgot to press 1 on your dial pad. That'll raise your hand so we know you want to be live on air. And for anybody listening out there that wants to call in, 714-816-4628. As soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad. And I got some great questions coming in here. So V is it? Can I have a mini reading? I would like to know how I need to approach C, the letter C, so we can date. So Mary, you're up first.
Okay. How can she approach C so that they can start dating?
Nice.
All right. So the first thing that comes up on that is the 5 of Pentacles. Ooh. And the 5 of Cups. Are we sure? Are we sure we want to date this C person? The 5 of Cups. Okay. Look, what kind of advice is that for like approaching someone you want to date? It's like, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Don't cry over spilt milk. Don't be so Um, you know, don't put too much emphasis on little things that come up. Now, the Five of Pentacles, I feel like is maybe a little bit more informant. Is money an issue for you or C when it comes to dating? A lot of times people spend money dating, right? You buy the movie, you buy the dinner, you get the drink. You're like, are we going to have sex? What's going on? No, I'm joking. Hopefully your date is not like that, right? But Five of Pentacles to me, when we're talking about people, when we're talking about relationships, a lot of times can indicate that someone feels like they have some insecurities, you know? So that's something to like kind of keep in your head, that if they seem like a little bit, I don't know, nervous about something or aren't comfortable talking about a certain topic that has to do with themselves, especially, then, kind of have it in your head that like, okay, maybe that's a sensitive, topic for them. Maybe they don't feel so comfortable yet to like be that open. So I would say that. And then also, the other thing that comes up here underneath all of those, both of those fives, not all of them, but there's two, right? It's a King of Pentacles. And in this particular deck, I mean, you can see him kind of looking down and maybe even brooding a little bit, looking at his coin. So, there may be a bit of a focus on money issues with this person, or focusing on, feeling like they're lacking something. Five of Pentacles, especially, we think of lack, and sometimes people don't give themselves enough credit. So this is somebody that, like, you have to kind of like maybe be sensitive to these aspects for them, if you start dating them. And then we end with the Ace of Swords. And aces are a great place to end because they give us a sense of a new beginning. So there could be a new chapter starting with this. And the Ace of Swords especially is about putting ideas into action. So go for it, go for it. Don't sweat the small stuff. And give them a little bit of a break if they seem kind of sensitive or insecure about any issues, especially money issues. But let's see what Dax is getting.
Oh, well, I'm not going to add a whole lot more, but because I thought you covered it really good there, but I got the Queen of Cups. And so I really want you to tune into your gut instincts on this. And also the Ace of Wands. Look at that fiery energy. What I'm getting from this is that, it has to be all or nothing with this. So, if you're going for this relationship with this particular person, you got to be all in, and, not him hawing around. You just go for it. It's a total go for it situation, Mary. That's what I'm getting. There we go. Yeah. And the next question in there is from Crit. Okay, again, I think it's another very similar question to what Crit's had before in the past about Anavesh. And I'm going to tell everybody, in the chat, and I don't know how to put this delicately, Mary, but we have been getting a lot of repeat questions about the exact same topic. It's not good. Tarot doesn't like it when you ask the same thing, generally the same thing over and over and over and over again, so we're going to start skipping some of these questions and go to questions that are new. Now, we're not saying we're not going to take questions from people that have asked questions before. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you got to have a new question about a new topic, because it's just not a good idea. You got to we give you an answer, let a few weeks go by for it to gel out, and then you see where the situation is, and then you can re-ask the question in a different way about the same topic. Okay. That's just generally how tarot works. Also, this is an entertainment show, folks, and people get bored. hearing the same questions over and over and over again. So I'm just putting that out there as a what do they call it? Consumer
Public service announcement.
Public service announcement, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Anyway, so but what Crit was asking was at least this is a little more specific. Will this person send a marriage proposal to their house? And basically, I guess in their culture, use how'd they put it? Stand in front of my family and his family for marriage. I guess there's, that's how they do it. Anyway, so let's see. What are we getting? Okay, first of all, the message from the tarot is to, stand fast, stand your ground, don't compromise, inner fortitude, the strength card. And 8 is abundance. So that's looking pretty good, but let's pull more. Okay. Tower card. I'm getting a no on this. Now, remember, that doesn't mean it won't happen. That means that the current trajectory, where we are in the now, because all tarot readings, all psychic readings take place in the now. We can only look at the now. And we things from the past and things from the future that we're seeing are potentials. They're potential outcomes based on a trajectory that was started in the past, decisions that were made. And if everything stays on this path, it doesn't look like he's doing this. I mean, there's trouble in Denmark when you got the tower popping up in this particular question. Now, does that mean it can't change? No, it can absolutely change. Something has to happen. I'm feeling for that, but this is the feeling that I'm getting. What about you, Mary? Did you get anything on that?
Okay, it's kind of interesting. I feel like where we're at right now, the first thing that comes up is the star card, and in that position saying like, okay, this is what we want. We're aspiring to this. We're hoping, we're wishing on a star that this happens. And we go from the star right into the 5 of Swords. There's a problem. Who has the problem? Whoever is the King of Wands in the situation, which could represent one of the fathers, either yours or his, and it really messes up our wish. There's the 9 of Cups underneath all of that. It's like, but this is what I want. Some dude has a problem. What kind of problem does he have? With the 5 of Swords, it's kind of interesting. If it's a thing where one parent or one family kind of feels that their precious little baby, whether it's the guy or the girl, deserves the best or something like that, and the other family, either the boy or the girl, isn't good enough. So I feel like that's kind of it. One of the father figures feels like the match isn't good enough for their little whoever. That could be your father, that could be his father, whatever. But after we get through this, then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So, that's a card of like slow, steady progression. Whoever you're meant to be with, and I'm not talking about predestination necessarily, but, more in a romantic way, whoever is really your match, they're coming. They're going to show up. They're coming. It might be this guy. This might be, or girl. I'm not sure who I'm talking about, really. It's not indicated here either. But, it might be this first time. This timing of it might not be so good. The families may need to talk more and kind of get on the same page. But, it's going to happen. I don't feel like now it's going to go so well, though, at the moment. So that's what I got.
Interesting. By the way, Ellie Moonchild is in the chat. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Thanks for joining us in there. She's got a question. Let me see. What do I need to know about the new endeavor I am trying out? How can I succeed at this endeavor?
Yes.
So let's see. I went first last time.
Ah, that's what I was
I think
wondering. Yes, and
Yeah, I
now
think
it's
it's you
my
this time.
turn.
We
Okay,
need
so what do
somebody
you
in
need
the
to
audience
know?
that counts for us.
It's so hard for us to keep track of ourselves. But okay, so what does Ellie need for this new endeavor to succeed? What does she need to know? Um, well, that's a weird Ellie, Ellie. What are you not looking at? What don't you want to look at? You know, two swords comes up, okay? She's got a blindfold on, the swords across. It's like, okay, I'm fine, everything's cool. What is she blinded to, though, is the Seven of Swords. Ah, you know, that's not good. You know, at the very least, it's like maybe there's something about your approach to this or your plan for it that's like not adding up logically. That's the first thing I think with the Seven of Swords. But we all know, Ellie, too, you know this. You know what the Seven of Swords is about. You know, it's a card of the thief, deception, somebody sneaking around, something hidden. And underneath that, this will blow your mind, Ellie, is the Four of Cups. Ah, so Seven of Swords, Four of Cups, Two of Swords. I want you to really take a look at this endeavor that you're approaching. And, we end with the Page of Swords. It's not a bad place to end at all, but I feel like we need more information, more communication. If you can objectively, not right now, but later on, whenever, before you really kick this off, if you haven't already, you need to kind of ask yourself as objectively as you can, what is it that I don't want to look at? What am I like ignoring? What am I just saying, like, oh, that probably won't be a problem? Or I don't really know if that I need to worry about that. You maybe need to worry about it. There's something there that needs to be straightened out. That's what I'm getting. Let's see what Dax is getting.
Wow. Well, I'm just going to follow right along with that way of thinking there, Mary.
Mm.
Are you ready? I got the Hangman.
Ah!
And for me, I mean, obviously some of the traditional meanings are like, delay and being hung up literally and things like that. For me, the Hangman hangs himself upside down on purpose, kind of like Odin from the Dressel tree, so he could learn to understand the runes. It's the thinking out. It's one of those thinking outside of the box cards, for me. Think outside of the box. He's literally hanging himself upside down so he can see the world 180 degrees upside down and different from the rest of us and get new insight. And so it kind of goes along really nicely, Mary, with what you said, that Ellie should really, hey, put the brakes on for a second, take a deep look at all of this. Okay. And as you approach it, not only what are you not seeing, but also if you go forward, how can you do it differently from everybody else? Think outside of the box. Now, that said, I'm liking where this is actually ending up, though, Ellie. First of all, the wish come true card, 9 of Cups. And the other message from the tarot for you is the Fool. Literally jump in, literally jump off that cliff, jump into this, after you, obviously after you do the Hangman, and think outside the box first. But once you're ready, don't hesitate on this. In other words, don't test things out and go slow. I just get this feeling you're supposed to jump both feet in after you've taken Mary's advice and looked it over and looked at the downsides and my advice about how to do it different from everybody else and thinking outside the box, but then totally go for it. Hope that helped you out, Ellie.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah, and she says totally resonates. Love to see the 9 and the Fool combo. Yes, really, really cool. And then let's see, we got we got a question from Smeartree, and we'll see what else people pop in. Go ahead and pop your questions in. I'm going to repeat this because again, people are just spamming in the chat. Like we said, just put it in one time, folks. So if you want us to pull a card, please pull a card for me. If you have a very specific question, type in that question and then let it sit and we'll get back to it. You don't need to keep putting in there, you missed my question, do my question. No, you don't need to do that. Let's go back to the phone lines and see who's been waiting the longest out there. Okay. It looks like area code 512. Caller, are you there? 512. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? 512. Are you there?
Hi, this is Lisa.
Lisa.
Lisa? Oh, wow. I could barely make that out. We can't hear you, Lisa. You got to get closer to your microphone or however you're calling in.
Okay,
Lisa?
I moved my.
Oh,
I was
much
far from
better.
my piece. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. How's it going?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
How's it going?
Hello. Oh, hi. What a beautiful introduction. I like what you were saying. That you have that thing on the website. So I have a question for you, please. It's more like a yes or no.
Yep.
I know Mrs. Brown. I reheard the show about the crystal. She was talking about crystal pendulums. It was pretty interesting. I tried that method. Thank you, ma'am. I am actually learning that.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
my question would be like a yes or no. And yeah, I hope she has another show about crystals and pendulums. I like that show.
I'll do that. I will do that.
So I have really, thank you. Okay. So the question is that I'd like to know if I'm still gonna have like resources and help from a friend that I have. I'd like to know is that gonna still continue? Is he gonna still continue helping me? It's not about money. It's about advice.
I think it's your turn, Dax.
Well, he's showing up as the Knight of Cups. And right away, I'm getting the 10 of Wands. He is getting a little bit, overburdened with this. Okay. It doesn't mean that he's going to stop. And in fact, I get the 6 of Wands, which is literally the success card in tarot. I think it's all going to work out, but I think that that you should, take a look at this yourself and make sure that you are talking to the individual about this, making sure they're okay emotionally, not just whatever they're physically doing for you in the material realm, but also emotionally. There might be some draining, for them, and make sure that you show a lot of gratitude about it. Okay. And take them into account, not just what they can do for you, but how you can help them as well. So that's what's coming up for me. What about you, Mary?
Well, since it is a yes/no question, and we mentioned pendulums, I used my crystal pendulum.
Nice.
It's beautiful. This is made out of howlite. I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, it's made out of howlite. It's my favorite crystal pendulum. I got a yes. This person is going to continue to help you. And I did pull an angel card on this too. I don't know why. I just felt like I should. What's interesting is I got the angel of masculinity. So it kind of goes along with what Dax was saying, show that you appreciate this person. It kind of made me laugh a little bit getting that card. I'm like, the angel masculinity. It's like, I don't know. That let him know that he's masculine. I don't know. I don't even have the books for that deck anymore. It's like, wow, you big, handsome fellow. Thank you for helping
Hubba
me.
hubba.
I don't know. Something to address the masculine aspect. But yeah, I think they're going to help you out for a little while. And yeah, just be appreciated and, speak to his masculinity somehow.
Mm.
How do we do that, Dax? You're the guy. How do we address the masculine factor?
How do we address the masculine factor?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure why I don't see why that's really an issue in this particular situation.
I don't know either.
For me, regardless of whether it's a guy or a woman, for me, it goes back to what I said earlier, the gratitude. It's like, are you showing enough gratitude? And they're helping you in a certain way. Is there a way in which you can help them so that there's a give and take of energy? So it's not just you taking, you see. There might be, like, okay, let's say there's a situation and person A is helping person B and they're helping them in a financial way because they need help. But person B can help person A in a non-financial way, either on an emotional level or going over and cleaning their dishes. I don't know, but there has to be a give. Yeah, I don't know. There has to be a give and take.
You could make him cookies or something. The way to a man's heart is through the stomach.
That's right.
So that's a masculine thing.
Especially this time of year. Yeah.
Or buy some cookies if you don't bake.
Thanks for the call, Lisa. I hope it helps you out and call us back, okay?
Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Chris just jumped in on the chat. He wants us to pull a card. Pull a card, Mary. What are you getting for Chris?
Card. Ooh, for Chris, I'm going to pull a tiger card.
Ooh, a tiger card.
Very exciting. Nice. From the Tiger Wisdom deck. And what card do we get? The Roar. A Tiger Roar. So you want to make sure that you're being heard. Make sure, especially if you have a business, and I know Chris has his own business, make sure that you're putting the publicity out there, that people are hearing about it, Make some noise. You got a really cool business, Chris. Make some noise out there and let people know. Let's see what Dax is getting.
Oh, well, you know me. I can never just pull one card. So the main thing I'm getting is the Magician card, but I'll get back to that in a second. I got the Nine of Swords. This is those sleepless nights, and then the Seven of Wands. Basically, despite all the struggles, don't forget that you have the high ground. You're in the good position. And back to the Magician card. You are the magician. This is my card for you. So you can make it happen. You can manifest what you want. It's all about you setting your intentions and having goals. I recently thought of this myself, Mary. I was, where are you? You disappeared.
No, me. I was gone the whole time. I'm back.
Come back. Yeah. Because I want to chat with you. I thought about, and remember I just mentioned about intentions, New Year's resolutions, that time of year is coming up, actually, one of our members is doing a certification and we do a test reading in that. And I asked them about the beginning of 2023 for the reading. So I figured, if they have to do a test reading, I might as well get something out of it. Right. And, just looking at things like that and, what to do. I'm doing I've gone back and a lot of my hypnosis instructors are doing like the international hypnosis summit is happening here in December. Some of my other instructors are doing, little refreshers and things to get people jazzed and excited because, hey, January, February is the big deal for hypnotherapists. It's when everybody wants to quit smoking. They want to lose weight,
really?
stick to their exercise program, things along those lines. And, as I was thinking about all this and goals and setting intention and stuff like that, and, I'm thinking about my own life and situation, and it dawned on me that, I think I have goals, but I actually don't. I really don't have it as concrete as it needs to be. And that's why I bring this up for, Chris and everybody else, listening out there and the magician. Because, we're all the magician. We can all manifest whatever we want, but a lot of us don't know what we want. And even if we have a nebulous idea about it, oh yeah, I want more income, I want to see more clients, something along, it's still too nebulous. I'm starting to realize this is that I don't have crystal clear, really very specific, I want 20 clients in January and make 10 grand. I mean, you have to be very specific. Okay. So that's part of my message for everybody out there. And for Chris, as you're setting your intentions, get really, really specific and go big, get the
don't word be afraid
out. And get the word out. Like Mary said, that's absolutely true as well. So let's see, we got a couple of minutes left. Let me check real quick. We had that question from Smear Tree in there about career. I don't think they asked an actual specific question. They just said career. So let's see what comes up for the
I think you
career.
go first.
Oh, this is very interesting. Okay. So for and I cannot pronounce this name. It's Smriti. They have to tell us phonetically how to spell Smriti. So I'm just going to say Schmear. No, I'm just kidding. For your career, I get the Queen of Wands. Yes, that fiery energy. I love the dragons on all the Wands cards in this deck. Chiro Marchetti's Grand Lux. Love this deck. And, it's about following your passions as far as career. So if you've just been going along, just trying to make money, doing whatever job comes along kind of thing, that's okay for a while, but you're really not going to be ultimately successful if you don't figure out what your passion is or passions and really focus in on that. But maybe you are already thinking about that. And this is interesting. This came up for a caller, or actually, I think it was a question in the chat 1 or 2 shows ago, where I got remember this, the 7 of Swords, Mary, coming up. And right away, it's the same message as it was for that person, is that, I mean, look at all those swords he's holding on to, all those thoughts and ideas, and he's still trying to pick up more. Don't do that to yourself. Okay. Get focused. And that's, part of what I was just talking about with, setting your goals and intentions for 2023. So career wise, how do you get, real focused on this and, don't have too many irons in the fire. Don't try to do everything at once. Put some things on the back burner. And, that's that 9 energy from the Hermit card today for the card of the day, by the way. And the other big thing, which goes, and it goes in perfect alignment. This is the 8 of Cups, to move forward, onward and upward in alignment, with that 9 energy that I was talking about. Remember, today is beginnings with the 1 numerology for the date in the day, and the 9 card, the Hermit card, as the card of the day. What can you let go of and start something new? So, and because this is cups, we're talking about emotions here. So this card is about letting go of what you're attached to, things that are holding you back, belief systems, anything you have on the back burner that's, not coming to fruition right now. Don't have too many things sitting on the back burner. Focus in on the one thing and let everything else go. Let your emotional attachments. That's the big thing about this, is letting go of the emotional attachments so you can move onward and upward. So that's what I'm getting for your career. And Mary, what are you getting?
Well, it's really interesting. There's a lot of duality that comes up here. They got the Two of Swords, and what comes up in the present is actually the Lover's card, which is also a card of choice. Wow. And then we end with the Two of Cups. So it may be that pretty soon it's going to be time to make a choice about where your heart is when it comes to career. Are you doing something that you feel good about doing, or that you enjoy doing, or that you might love doing? Is there something else that you really want to do, that your heart really is in? And if you're not doing something that, your heart is in it, then yeah, you might need to make a choice and choose something that is more in alignment with what you enjoy doing, what you want to be doing. So that's what I got.
Awesome sauce. Real quick, I want to mention, tune in for Sharona's show tomorrow, Magic Universe. She has on Joe Montalone, I think is how you pronounce it. And his website is tarotmysticismacademy.com. And he looks like, I've seen his pictures. I do not know this person, but just looking at Joe's pictures, I'm like, this is going to be a fun show. So yeah, you want to, he's a tarot person, and you want to tune in for that tomorrow. If we didn't get to your question today, remember, Sharona's going to be taking phone calls. Of course, she won't be here on YouTube. This is radio only, Psychic Talk Radio on Blog Talk. And you can go over to thetarotguild.com, click on events, and you'll find all the information you need for tuning in under events there. Mary, do we have time for another call?
Let's do one more call.
One more call. Who's been waiting the longest? Area code 4. We had a lot of callers today, so I want to at least get one more in. 478, are you there? Hello, 478. What's your name, hon? Where are you calling in from?
How are you?
Great.
Good. How are you?
This is Sharia. I'm calling in. I'm good. I'm calling in from Georgia.
Georgia.
Hi.
What's your name again?
Georgia. Sharia.
It's
Sharia?
Sharia.
Sharia.
Yeah.
Love it.
Sharia.
Okay.
Sharia, what did you want to talk about?
Sharia.
I want to talk about love and marriage for myself.
Love and marriage.
What's your question?
What about that?
I see or feel that divorce is in the near future.
Okay.
I feel that divorce is in the near future. But I want to know what I need to do to prepare in the meantime.
That's a good question. Who's first? You, me, what?
You go first, Mary. You're better at relationships anyway. You're the relationship lady.
Wow.
I am looking to know.
Do you need to know to prepare? Okay. Wow. Okay. Look, the world card comes up, right? And that can be a card of completion. Like, things have kind of maybe completed their cycle, at least. What you need to know, the strength card comes up here. So, you're going to have to be strong. What really is the message for this is very interesting, though, because divorce, look, a lot of people are able to go through a divorce and it not be contentious and everybody winds up friends and it's all wonderful and stuff. But regardless, it still takes, inner strength. It still also, takes a little bit of diplomacy sometimes, So that lion reminds us to tame our primal nature in a sense, and when things, if and
Mhm.
when things do get a little contentious and stuff, to be the person who tames the lion. Because if I know you are on the phone, you probably can't see this, but you look how delicate her hand is, kind of
Mm.
petting the lion, that real delicate gesture of like softly petting the lion. There's no
Mhm.
stress, so as much as we can stay out of stress, it's going to be important. And don't let it get to you when it doesn't have to get to you, because the last card is the Nine of Swords, right? So with the Nine of Swords, we can just like let something just keep us awake at night, because we're trying to figure it out. We're thinking of all the little moving parts and the different pieces, and it's just way too much. And that can also, be a card that, suggests anxiety, worries, that kind of stuff. And so, deal with what the reality is. As much as you can stay grounded, centered, keep yourself resilient, take care of yourself, take breaks from thinking about it as you go through this process. Now, all that being said, you have the feeling that we're getting to divorce. Nobody's going to know, be better at having that feeling than somebody who's actually in the relationship, right? So none of the cards that I got are saying, yeah, it's definitely happening. That's what we're doing. So at the same time, kind of like, as much as you can stay open-minded, I think that can be helpful. And really, regardless of it's divorce or not, keep your eyes focused on what you want, the life you want to be living, the kind of relationship that you want to have, because, when one door closes, a window opens, life goes on. But,
Mm.
best of luck to you.
Right.
Let's see what Dax is getting.
Well, let me ask you
Well,
real
first and
quick.
foremost, I can absolutely see.
Yeah,
Hello.
go
Hi.
ahead.
I can absolutely see your beautiful face because I'm looking at you on the screen on YouTube. But
Great.
Nice.
yes, but I wanted to say that I can't see it being amicable at all. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
that would be
Yeah.
great, but that's what I want to know. Like, what do I need to do in the interim?
Yeah. You're going to need
Mm.
to
And not
work
because
on
of
that
me,
strength.
but
Yeah. But just the way it is sometimes.
right.
Well, let's see what
Well, let me
Dax is
tell you.
getting.
Yeah, let me tell you what I'm getting here. So, the emperor shows up, and literally this is the government, the figurehead. I do feel. I mean, when I pulled this card, Mary, and he's holding the scroll there, it's like, oh yeah, there's the divorce decree right there. I mean, right away, I felt that way. Now, yeah, the big thing that tarot is talking about here. Okay, and I'm trying to do this so that it is PG. I got to cover certain parts of this card. The star card shows up, and the temperance card. I mean, this combo here, of these cards. I mean, there's a lot of hope there. I feel with temperance, I feel like transformation. For me, Mary's was looking at that, the now and recent past and the now, and and I'm way off in the future. This is like over with, done, and you're focused in on the hope and the transformation and moving on with your life. And then the page of coins shows up. This is a new person coming into your life, probably an earth sign, probably Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn at the end. So, hey, there's hope. And I think that's what you should do. That's my theory. You got to decide for yourself. But, I think just from listening to you talk, you've already made your decision. And
Focus
you
on
need
the
to move on
future.
with your life. Focus on the future. Yeah. And there's other people out there, The tarot's like,
But-
look, there's people waiting to come in.
Yeah, but with the cards that came up and stuff, I mean, yeah, it's not a pleasant thing to go through divorce.
No.
I've been there. I've been there, and it wasn't amicable at all. So I really
Right.
feel like, just deal with what's in front of you as you need to deal with it, and don't let all the noise really get to you.
Mm-hmm.
Take
I
care
hope
of you.
that helps you out.
Thanks for calling.
It
And for
does.
Thanks
a
for the
lot.
call.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And yeah, thanks for what I love when they call in and they see us
It's
on
so
YouTube
cool.
also, because we get to
It's
hold the
fun.
cards up and they can see it. Everybody that calls in through Blog Talk should always join us on the YouTube channel so they can see the cards we're talking about and everything. Well, we got to get out of here. We are late, but remember, you can call in on tomorrow's show, Sharona Rapsik's Magic Universe, and get a reading. Also, we'll be back on Monday, and it's going to only be on YouTube. Yeah. So if you're on YouTube right now, go after the show, go to the channel, the full page there, and you'll see all the upcoming lives, and you can click notify me, and you'll get notified. And don't forget, of course, to smash that like button, hit the subscribe, smash the bell, and everything like that, as well. Okay. So we will see you on Monday. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks, Mary. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Dax. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, John Boy. I love these cards.
Pretty. I was really liking the pictures.
I like the pictures too. Are we done yet?
The music's still playing, but the mic's off.
Excellent.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I think